What the Rozelle Interchange project is doing is putting a very large volume of cars underground off major roads around Sydney and decreasing the travel time for Sydney commuters, both commuters into and out of the city, but also people trying to move from the north of the city to the south of the city.
So the WestConnex project in Rozelle involves the construction of 3 tunnels that are pretty close to each other. So on what is already in a congested site, it was the opportunity to manage the trucks as they come and go between these tunnels.
As far as Sydney goes, it's one of the largest projects ever undertaken in Sydney, and when you combine it with the whole WestConnex program, it is the largest infrastructure program in Sydney, New South Wales undertaken. You know, there's a lot of work that's been done underground of the 22 kilometres of tunnels. We're probably about halfway through on volume of those tunnels. And the work above ground, there's many stages of traffic that have come into place so far to be able to build this project. On the Rozelle Interchange, we've got a large number of trucks moving a lot of materials. There are all the supply materials in order to build the infrastructure, but we also have of the order of 100,000 tonne of tunnelled materials going off the project every single week. At the moment, we take off the project around about 700 to 800 truckloads a day, and that would amount to about 100,000 tonne of material every single week leaving this project. The logistics behind managing 700 to 800 trucks every single day coming into this project is really quite an achievement to manage that effectively so that we get the right kind of materials management on the project.
We had to look at a traffic management system that would allow traffic to come in from different directions and not only manage that, but also to let the drivers know what they had to do, where they had to go. So to automate the process so that you didn't depend on people on the ground to manage traffic. So as the truck and dogs arrive, they get an auto allocation, a message that's generated automatically to tell them which of the tunnels A, B or C to go to.
From the early days on the Rozelle Interchange, we addressed this need to cater for 750 to 1,000 trucks a day coming on this project. That needed an industry partner like Teletrac Navman to work with us to come up with something new that the industry hasn't done before. The industry's tried a few different ways of managing the enormity of those numbers of trucks, but what we've worked with Teletrac Navman on this project to come up with the system that we have is industry leading.
I think the biggest problem was actually communicating to individual truck drivers. We have about, at any one day, 110 trucks on site. Being able to communicate with every single one of them and give them a accurate message was extremely difficult at first. There would be a lot of phone calls, a lot of stress on traffic controllers, a lot of stress on engineers, and also the tunnels as well. With this system, we actually took away all that pressure, we took away all that stress, and we made it in a way that it's one click of a button we can message all trucks, one click of a button we can let the system do what it has to do.
TN360 is a new software package developed by Teletrac Navman, and it targets a variety of requirements for the transport industry, and that's in terms of compliance, chain responsibility, mass management, fatigue management. We also have pre-start checks. So there's a lot of digital data accumulated that can be used to define productivity, to show how the operation has worked.
The Rozelle Interchange project, with the enormity and complexity of this project, requires that we work with some of our industry partners and innovate and come up with some smart ideas for managing things. Teletrac Navman have worked very closely with the Rozelle Interchange project team and developed a system on this project that manages trucks not seen in the industry elsewhere. Just the complexity of the system and the ability to track our trucks coming onto this project and leaving this project through the innovation developed between our two teams has been quite inspiring.